president signing this executive order on Wednesday, and there wasn't really, it seems like he, to some degree, caved to the pressure, but didn't really lay out what the plan was once he signed that. What's next?
I think, truthfully, there was no plan with the executive order because the situation can't really be permanently fixed with an executive order. And I think Trump's lawyers knew that, and they know that due to the Flores settlement, which mandated that children must not stay in government detention for longer than 14 days, that we can't keep children in detention with their parents unless we pass legislation. So that has to be the next step moving forward.
So there's a lot of talk here about the president saying, basically saying, no due process if you try to come into this country illegally. And there's still a lot of people who are confusing what would be illegal immigration versus people who are here seeking asylum. Is that the right course to take if you are the president? Can you say that no due process?
I don't think that's the right course to take at all. I think Senator Cruz's legislation that he proposed to expedite the asylum processes is a much smarter way to do things because, truthfully, these people do have a right to due process in this country, and I think that we should honor that.
And back to the immigration debate, which is obviously so heated, and last week it just took over. What's up with the GOP now? They couldn't get that conservative bill done. The compromise bill didn't go to vote on Friday. They said this week. It's approaching Tuesday now, and still nothing.
I think there's just absolute chaos because, in part, they know that whatever they pass now won't even become law unless they get the votes necessary in the Senate. And it seems like Chuck Schumer does not want to pass immigration legislation before the midterms in November.
And let's talk about the judge now and what's to come. What is the sense about what the judgment will ultimately be?
I'm not sure. I think the sense is, again, that it's going to be very difficult to deal with this executive order given the fact that we have precedent and we have a necessity to pass legislation on the whole thing and not just leave it up to presidential decision making.
Maurice Simpson joining us now, and that's why I was shaking my head when I saw you sit down there. I want to ask you very quickly, because we were talking about the immigration battle leading in. Sarah Huckabee Sanders said a couple of times today, Democrats don't want to work with President Trump on this. And there is a line that the White House is saying Democrats want open borders. So what are Democrats doing to advance this cause of immigration reform?
Well, I mean, I think it's hard for anyone to come to the table with anyone when, the president is using, again, his explosive rhetoric. It makes it hard for any collaboration. But